Israel-Palestine conflict. A conflict that has lasted for 100 years too long.
Good afternoon, my name is Walid Sawan. For my video response, I chose to do the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is an ongoing conflict between Israelis and Palestinians that began around 100 years ago. It has caused the displacement of nearly 5 million Palestinian refugees and citizens, has been referred to by many historians and politicians as the world's most intractable conflict.
Why did you choose to respond to this?
I chose to respond to this video for many reasons. First of all, this conflict directly affects my family and me, with most of my relatives living in occupied Palestinian territory. My family also owns several houses in areas in Palestine, with some of them being closely approached by illegal settlements supported by Zionist parties. There has also been over 30,000 Palestinian deaths since the 20th century and countless humanitarian violations on both sides of the conflict.
Why has this topic become an issue?
Many reasons why this topic has become an issue, such as the inhumane actions by both sides of the conflict. Some actions by both sides violate international law, such as what the Israeli government has done violates the Fourth Geneva Convention. At the end of the Article 49 in the Fourth Geneva Convention, it states that the occupying power shall not deport nor transfer parts of its own civilian population into the territory it occupies. The occupying power in this conflict is the government of Israel, and it is currently in violation of the Fourth Geneva Convention, Article 49, as Palestine and Israel are some of the signatories. For over 50 years, Israel has been sending its citizens into territory it occupies.
Is there a need for a change in policy?
I feel that there needs to be a change in policy relating to this issue because of the large impact it has on over 15 million people living in those areas. For the fact that there's been over 40,000 civilian deaths since the beginning of this issue, with most of them being Palestinian, to the fact that some parts of this conflict violate international law, such as the Fourth Geneva Convention.
Why is this issue important to you?
This issue is important to me personally is for many reasons. Mainly, this conflict directly affects my family and me, with most of my relatives living in occupied Palestinian territory. My family also owns several houses in areas in Palestine, with some of them being closely approached by illegal settlements, supported by Zionist parties.
What part of this video made you think?
Part of the video, or the line that really made me think was, what I find the coincidence of this is that the US aid is funding the Israeli military, enabling them to continue their violent destruction. This is a big issue, where US aid provides Israel with more than $3.5 billion in military aid, which is approximately $10.2 million per day.
What would you do to learn more about this topic?
To learn more about this topic, I would like to read up about the opinions of the conflict from both governments' points of view. I'd also like to read up about the history of both religions and the history of the Holy Land. Thank you.
Whenever you're in a conflict with someone, there's one factor that you can make a difference between damaging your relationship and deepening it. That factor is attitude. William James, first philosophy teacher in America.